الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على خاتم النبيين أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The brothers and sisters, inshallah, we'll start on sacrifice. If I can ask the sisters and the brothers to settle, inshallah. So we hear the word sacrifice. Sacrifice is the main ingredient in a believer. Sacrifice, you understand, we keep hearing the word sacrifice. It is time that we give up sacrifice, or some of our wealth, our opinion. Sacrifice means foregoing something that is wrapped with our desires and preciously valued by us. The closest word in the Arabic language is nusuk. You have the udhiyah for the sacrifice of the lamb in the Eid, but you have nusuk, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, that say that my prayers and my sacrifice, my living and my dying is for Lord of the universe, Most High, meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the seed of Iman cannot grow without sacrifice. You cannot sacrifice, you're sacrificing your time coming here. So enjoy the time that you're here, sacrifice it, because sitting in a masjid is ibadah, remember that. As long as you're sitting, even if you can't, too much talking, you've been up to a conference, what's this, and this is haram, and this is halal. The brain actually shuts off because we're not used to not concentrating enough in our homes. So sacrifice is extremely important, that it's a main ingredient. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. That He has created the human being in toil, that he has to work, that he has to sacrifice, he has to work diligently in and out. You have to get to work in the morning, you have to come back, you have to go here, you have to do this. From beginning to end, go to school, come back, all this, then you get parents, then you become sick, and at the end, you are still sacrificing right to the end. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَنَّ لَيْسَ الْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَأَنَّ سَعْيُهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى. Brothers and sisters, please, a little less quiet, inshallah. If I can have the kids running somewhere else, inshallah, that would be great. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, verily that the human being will get what he is striving for. And soon you will see what you have striven for. So whatever you're striving for, whatever you're working for, you will soon see it. You will soon see it. So simple. The more value of the treasure, the greater the struggle. The more valuable the struggle, you have to see that it has to be a valuable treasure that you're looking at. Two types of sacrifice, brothers and sisters. Two types. One is tangible, touchable, palpable, something you can touch. A is your time. You know that dash you always go to the graveyard? What is the most expensive property in the world? What do you think? Huh? London? Tokyo? Where? London, a flat, £1 million right in the square, a small little thing, which is $2 million or something like that. Where's the most expensive? The graveyard. Not the grave itself, the graveyard. Because you die with so many things in your chest. You die with all of your dreams. I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. I wanted to be a hafiz. I wanted to own this. I wanted to wanted to have an orphanage. I wanted to help poor people. I wanted to make a masjid. You wanted to do all of those things and you died with it. That's the most expensive property. That's the most expensive property because you always die with it. There's a book called Die Empty. I just bought it because of the title. The book is not that great. It has a few points, but it's the title alone, it's worth it. Die empty, meaning do every single thing you want to do and be great people, but without sacrificing the deen, you will never be able to do that. So something that's tangible, your time. In the graveyard, you come there, somebody born 1919, for example, dead at 1988. They usually put a dash. It's that dash is your life, that's it. that dash a good dash. Why are you making that dash? You know, all these graveyards you go to, they have that dash. That's it, that's the life of the human being. So-and-so year to so-and-so time, and that's the dash. So time demands sacrifice. It takes time to pray. It takes time to go to the Jum'ah. It takes time to sit in this conference hall. Although it's a little bit hot in here, but it takes time. It takes time. Maybe it is cold in the winter and hot in the summer. MashaAllah. That's the way we like it. Toughen up. That Umar said that make your thing, make your life a bit less luxurious, because the ni'mah will not always be there. Will not always be there. So make it a bit tougher. Get used to a little bit less. I like a lazy chair. Oh, I like a cushy sofa. You like all of those things. Nobody dislikes them. But when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? So reading the Quran takes time. Visiting the sick takes time. Doing community work takes time. The value to us is what we gain from it. How do you spend your time? Is you going to be miserable or you're going to be happy? Ask yourself, what are you gaining from when you're spending your time? Ask yourself. The coin of time. You know, when we were kids, we come out of the bus and we go to this grocery shop. As soon as we go, mashallah. I said, and there's fan, mashallah. We're quick. Who ever said that the Afghani community is not on the ball? Oh, I love sleeping with the fan, you know. Since I was a kid, when they played the fan, So we used to come off the bus and go into the grocery. And the coin of time is this. We used to have this arcade machine. So we have 75 cents and my friend has maybe 50 cents or $1 or whatever. We say either we buy some chips or chocolate milk or we're going to play this game. It's called Asteroids. Not like now with heads coming off and brains shooting and too much graphic. It had a little thing, a little triangle thing, and you go boop, 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 and it would shoot little rocks. It was just that. So we put our quarter in there and we played chi-chi-chi-chi-chi-chi-chi. And we knew that we wanted to buy the chips and the chocolate milk and something to eat right after school, but we couldn't. You know what happened? We wasted all our monies right there. And then we would curse each other walking out of the store that I told you we should have bought something to eat. And every day we repeated the same thing over and over again. The coin of time, how are you willing to do it? Second is money, the possession of it. Much of our time is in pursuit of money. We love money. That's why our fundraiser, as soon as you say fundraiser, people start ducking the fundraiser. Tugro. So they go and they say, take 50 bucks and you go. Who's going to sit there and listen to all this and raise your hand and 50,000, raise 50,000, and everybody's in sweating and so on and so forth. Because there's no desire to go on to the next stage. We have to show what we want to do on the next stage. Where's our full-time school? Before we have a full-time parking lot, let's have a full-time school. Before we have another masjid somewhere else, let's have our institution. Where's the Quran Academy? You have Sheikh Bayan here, mashallah, speaks 50 languages. He should be actually ahead of these things, leaving a legacy. You see? Leaving a legacy. That's what we should be doing. So money, we love money. We love it so much. And it's not easy to give away. Remind ourselves, number one, for sacrifice, that nothing belongs to us, it belongs to وَلِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. To Allah belongs the samawat wal ard. Nothing belongs to us. When you sacrifice money, you sacrifice it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Secondly, whatever value you place on your worldly possession, it will become zero when you leave. You came in naked, you go out naked. If you are a dignified person, Allah gave you that dignity. At the end, somebody will shroud you, pray janazah, and put you in the ground. That's it, finish. You come in naked, you go out naked. All that big thing in the middle, oh, I'm this and I'm that, and look at me, I'm big, and oh, I am the best, and I am all this. At the end of the day, become sicker, and you finish, and that's the end. And that's it. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا عِنْدَكُمْ يَنْفَدُ وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ بَعْدُ. What is with you will finish, will perish. And what is with Allah will remain. So what is with you will finish. So money actually works like that. Thirdly, you will get it back over anywhere. When you give something for the sake of Allah, you will get it back. So let us ponder the claims of commitment to Islam. What is the worth that we have put on it? What's the worth? What is the worth? We spend more time and monies on meaningless things, and we have nowhere to turn to. No counselors for the sisters and brothers who are having marriage problems. Nowhere to turn within our community. And we say, oh, our community should do this and that. Well, the community has not done also. Where are the counselors? Where are the places where we can take our kids, like hop, skip, and jump or something like this? We should actually make a place where the kids actually love to go to them. We should have a soccer field. We should have Muslim clubs playing each other. We should do all of these things. Institutions run properly. And people who are paid to do that on a full-time basis, not Qazi Sahib or somebody doing on a part-time basis, frustrated, shuts the door, he fights this one, the board is fighting together. We can't do all of those things anymore. The sacrifice has to be on a bigger scale, on a bigger way. We have nowhere to deal with media. We're frightened to death. That's why people don't want to deal with the terrorism question. Because, oh, who's recording? Because everyone is recording. So what? So it's wrong from the beginning. The pathetic individual who does terrorism is wrong, and the governments who do terrorism is wrong. So it's all wrong. You understand? So you should be able to say that. There's nothing wrong with saying that it's all wrong. But we're afraid of the media. We have no media watch. Why don't we have a media watch? Everything that they want to touch to, they have a media watch. My counterpart, the Jewish rabbi, a very, very nice person, eccentric person, but he told me, he said, oh, why does your community want to reinvent the wheel? I can show you how we do it. Why don't you do it like that? You're under the same pressure that we used to be back then. And here's the rabbi telling me this. You have to have a PR person, you have to have a lawyer, you have to have this and have to have that. But for us, for us to pay, somebody pay $500 a month, we can afford it towards the lawyer fund. Who wants to do that? Because there's a lack of vision. You need to have leadership that have vision to give the community. That's the sacrifice that you need to be able to make. You need to be able to make. A little hope of profit. A little hope of profit. Somebody has, this stock is going up. Right away we open our wallets and we give in. But our iman is so weak when we ask for masjid and all those things. People are just looking at you. And the guy, the fundraiser who's doing fundraiser, he's sweating, and he's looking at the people, nobody's raising their hand. It's really stressful. But if you tell you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you 700 folds and more than that according to your intention, you don't even put $5 into the can. Why? Because there's a lack of iman, and that's what I was trying to get to. Iman bil ghaib is very important. All of these other things will come into place. But the problem is we explain about the fasting. Oh, the fasting is very good. It flushes the kidney, it does this, the saliva ducts, all of those other things. He's being sacrificed. So we explain them in worldly things, which is okay to explain, somebody doesn't know. But we don't explain to ourselves and our kids that fasting is for Allah, and Allah has said, I am the one that will reward it. Something transcendent, something that's beyond our capacity to think. Salat al-Fajr, 2 rak'ah before the 2 sunnahs before the Fard. What is better than all what the dunya contains? We forget that kind of, the iman bil ghaib is have to be there. Ibn Hajar actually talked about mushahada. He said muraqaba when you are being watched, yuraqibu shay, the Arab will say that you monitor something. So muraqaba is you being monitored. He said that's the lower understanding. Ibn Hajar, he said that. But the higher actually platform is mushahada. When you feel the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you know that your iman is actually strong. And there's something wrong with us. That's why we don't do, our youth are sitting there, yeah, what's up man, diggy dog, I got a haircut like this. One brother gets a haircut where you can land a plane on it. You see, but like this, I said, oh wow, is that a runway, brother? Oh, I just got it done, little fade. And sometimes you have to be careful, shaving on the sides become like, something that's not allowed in Islam, shaving the sides and leaving like, these These just normal things that we're supposed to understand, because the whole problem is not the haircut and all of these things. The greater thing that's happening inside. I can tell you from running a school for over 12 years, I can tell you when the kid is actually turning and knowing when, because we have a no TV policy in our school. We see you discussing TV programs, you're gone, sit it. You have to write down no TV policy. We can't build you in the morning and break you at night. We don't want this kind of student. We had 22 students for 8 years. They say, oh, what's going to happen to them? When all of our students start graduating and actually getting scholarships and going to university and come top of, one girl had 4.3 GPA. Can you believe that? They said, well, 4.0 is the biggest. She got 4.3. I said, how do you do that? That's what I got. A plus, A plus, A plus, A plus, A plus. MashaAllah. The other one had 4.1. I said, oh, very good. Now they're saying, oh, could we put our kids in your school? I said, no space. When I was telling them, please bring your kids, they were not, they were saying, oh, teaching Quran, oh, Masaki, you're teaching Hadith, oh, some math, some science. They know their science, they know their English, they know because education is a different process. Our kids can't read anymore. There's no sacrifice from the family to teach them to read. Yes, give them a cartoon.